it's all over the place when you wake up.
Oh yeah, like you actually have to fix it. Like
yeah, I have 3 or 4 different beard combs depending on the what I need to do to it.
That's awesome.
And the length.
Or if you're going like somewhere fancy, you like might need to part it or something.
I found one that's an actual beard comb.
Yeah.
And it was like $1.50 at like a. I had to go to like one of those super ghetto beauty stores to find it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet. Do you have hair? I don't know if I've ever seen you with that hat. Oh yeah.
I have hair. It's very thick and gray, so.
Yeah. Good. Cool. All right. So tell me your name, your age, and where you're from.
All right. I'm Mike Cavanaugh. I'm 32 years old and originally from Crown Point, Indiana. But now I live over in Griffith.
Awesome. Cool. Are you guys from Crown Point? Did you grow up there?
Yeah.
Nice. And grew up there and everything?
Born and raised.
Oh,
I
cool.
graduated from Lowell High School though.
From Lowell?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that big high school that's on like 41
Lake
St.
Central.
John?
Lake Central.
Is that where you guys would go normally?
No,
Crown Point High School has.
They.
Yeah, that's for Dyer, St. John, and Cherville.
Yeah. Where'd you go, Mike?
Boone Grove.
Boone Grove.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like right on the line over by. I was
It's like
heck a half mile.
Alpo.
Yeah, I grew up like a half mile into Porter County, so even though I was closer to like Crown Point and Maryville, the way that school lines are drawn, I had to.
Yeah, it's kind of wacky.
Yeah, I had to drive like 15 minutes instead of being like right down the street from other schools.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
There was people across the street from me that went to Crown Point.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, like I ended up working with a guy that lived a block away from me my entire life, and we never like knew each other. And
Oh, because you didn't go to the same school?
Yeah, and they're like, hey, like you literally live a block away from me.
Yeah, had you gone to the same school, you would have known each other and all that stuff. Talk about the first video games you remember playing.
We had an Atari 2600 as a family. My great aunt or great grandma, I don't know, she died when I was a kid, got all of the grandkids Atari 2600s for Christmas. So it was the old wood box one, and I actually still have that one in my garage. So whenever we have parties, we play. And I discovered as a kid that Sega Genesis controllers work in the 2600, so we were able to use those to play after our joysticks died.
You can use a Sega controller?
You can use Sega Genesis controllers in a 2600.
That's
It's the
awesome.
same prong. It's the
Pretty
same.
sweet life hack.
It's the same prongs. You just use a B.
Nice. Did you hang out in arcades?
Yeah, the arcades I remember going to as a kid. South Lake Mall had Aladdin's Castle, and then they were super fun over in the old Century Mall. And then just basically whenever my parents or grandparents would ask me where I wanted to go, I'd go to any of the arcades in the area. I remember going to Wright's Barnyards, Celebration Station, Inman's, and they would just give me a roll of quarters, and I soon figured out that the games that you get tickets, you don't play very long, and your coins go away really quickly. So I got really good at Galaga as a kid because it just cost a quarter, and you could play it for 25, 30 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Galaga. You just keep going and long game. Aladdin's Castle, we were just talking about that. That was a chain then, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I actually
nationwide, do you know?
I don't know, but I saw one of those things online. It was like things you remember as being an '80s kid,
Yeah.
and the cover of it was an Aladdin's Castle. I was like, "That's a thing." I was like, I didn't realize that was a chain.
I think I heard that on some YouTube thing too, and then I was like, I wonder if it was national or not. Because we had Aladdin's Castle in our town.
Right.
We're from Decatur, Illinois.
Okay.
I think it might have just been a regional chain.
Yeah, I think it was a
really?
mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, most arcades were regional chains
Yeah.
in the '80s and '90s.
Do you have a retro collection now at all?
Yes, I have sold my Atari 2600. I have a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, GameCube, Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis. I think I have a Dreamcast somewhere. I have every PlayStation system that's ever been made as well.
Do you have a lot of games for those?
What?
Do you have a lot of games for all the
Yeah.
systems?
Mhm.
What system do you have the most games for?
Probably the Sega Genesis,
Oh, really?
and then after that, probably PlayStation 1. Just
Do
all
you
the
have a favorite on PlayStation 1?
There's a lot of weird games I like on the PlayStation 1, but Einhander, was a shoot 'em up that had a very limited release it's a Square Enix shoot 'em up. That one was really good, and then just Mario games in general, anything where you can hop and bop.
Side scrolling stuff.
Yeah.
You did a podcast, right?
Yes.
What was the podcast about?
About video game journalism and the effect of video games on pop culture.
Still doing it?
One of the guys and I are starting it back up here shortly. We're going to be starting a YouTube channel where we talk about the more academic and cultural issues that enter into the video game and pop culture world.
Nice. Where can people see that?
We still have we haven't released any of our interviews that we've done, but we did interview like the guy that directed Video Game the Movie, and a few other people that worked in the industry. And we are changing the name. We had 2 or 3 different names as we were doing the podcast. We never really agreed on it. So him and I are still trying to figure out a name for it. But he's going to be doing more video game stuff, and then I'm going to be doing just a broader like pop culture analysis.
Awesome. What's the new name?
We haven't figured it out yet.
Oh yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. What was the old name? What would you call it?
The original name was Transhuman Entertainment, and then we changed it to Digiculture.
Nice.
Which was a bad name, so
you don't like it, yeah?
I vetoed it.
Oh yeah. Cool. It seems alright. Did you play much Tetris?
Yeah, lots of Tetris. I had the original Game Boy, and I remember playing that a ton.
Yeah, I played it on a Game Boy whenever you could see your Game Boy.
Yeah.
So. And then what about Moontrail?
Might have played it. Not entirely sure.
Cool.
I think so.
Not much to say about it. That's cool. We said some stuff about the wheels, so cool thing there. Okay, so prizes will be for you guys. Will be the Pro-Am box, kind of junky, whatever. Sorry. If you win 2 out of 3 rounds, if you win 3 out of 3 rounds, if you win all 3 rounds, $50.
Cool.
For you guys, it'll be the track and field right there.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
you play track and field ever?
That the one with the pad?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You can cheat by just jumping off the pad, and you jump like 300 feet.
You can?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, ask about today's consoles. So you had Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
You got memories of Super Nintendo games that you liked, or?
Yeah, I didn't play as much Super Nintendo as I did Genesis. I got it later in its life cycle. I do remember playing a lot of Mario Kart, the first one on it, and just the Donkey Kong Country games.
Oh, yeah.
Been playing that recently.
Mike, do you like craft beer? Do you have favorites? Do you like any local ones?
Yeah, I like craft beer. Lately, I've just been drinking more lighter styles and more lagers. But now that it's getting colder, I want to start drinking like Imperial Stouts. 3 Floyds is always a favorite.
Yeah.
And then 18th Street. And
Oh, the hats.
yeah.
I wanted to get 18th Street today. I've actually never been there. Or do you go there a lot?
I've been there quite a few times. I haven't gone lately.
Have you guys been there? Yeah, it's like the Buzz place right now for breweries. It's in Gary.
Okay.
But,
Over at Miller Beach, and they're opening a
they're doing something else.
production facility in Hammond.
Oh, that's right. So I wonder if that will like tasting room or anything.
Yeah, it's gonna have a small tasting room, but they're
That's
gonna
cool.
keep they're gonna keep the main thing over in Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the only good thing that Miller has. So that was kind of sad if they left them high.
The Ponderosa's closing in Miller. Apparently, they had a Ponderosa open still.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Okay, that's the last question. So.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.